The Chinese government's crackdown on free speech and democratic voices is well known, but now it wants to control even the news that is translated from Chinese to other languages. The Chinese Communist Party is targeting the Great Translation Movement, which is an online translation group that emerged after the Russia-Ukraine war began in February. The aim of the Great Translation Movement was translating posts by Chinese netizens inside the Great Firewall and the reports of CCP's official media and sharing it with the outside world. The movement exposed the CCP's control and manipulation of Chinese people to show only the pro-Russian, anti-American news through newspapers and online media portals. The movement also exposed the anti-Japanese and xenophobic stance prevailing in China under the CCP, as well as the negative social scene in many cities under the zero-COVID policy. Some of the translations include Chinese netizens gloating over the assassination of Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and the banking crisis that threatens to sink the Qian's economy. Dissidents within the CCP, loss of control of Xi Jinping on the party, widespread protests in the country are other translations that brought the group under the crossfire of the CCP. The Great Translation Movement states that its purpose was not to smear, but to faithfully translate lies to awaken people and move China towards freedom, democracy, and constitutionalism. However, the CCP-controlled media widely criticized the movement as a deliberate attempt to discredit China by falsely intercepting the inflammatory comments on Chinese social media. In addition to using its propaganda machine to criticize the movement, the CCP has used other means including cyber attacks, false reporting, and trolling to suppress the group. The group's administrators speculate that suspension of their Twitter account was due to complaints Twitter received from the CCP's online army of trolls and its Chinese supremacist supporters. The Great Translation Movement has requested the world not to remain silent about the crackdown on the group, as it will only condone the CCP's online censorship and political persecution outside the Great Firewall.